everyone, I'm Venu. Thanks for clicking and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you about the marvelous paradise surrounded by the Indian Ocean. So my friends, do you know what's that fabulous paradise is surrounded by the Indian Ocean? That glorious little paradise surrounded by the Indian Ocean with a proud history and incredibly valuable resources with amazing natural beauty is my beloved motherland, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is the pearl heart of Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka's documented history spans 3,000 years with evidence of prehistoric human settlements dating back at least 125,000 years. According to the Mahavansa, the legendary Prince Vijaya named the island as 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼. That means copper red earth because of copper red soil in the territory of my country. Ancient Greek geographers called it 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 or 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 from the word 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾. The Persians and Arabs refer to it as 𝓥𝓮𝓷, and in Sanskrit, my country known as 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾. After that forward, 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾, the Portuguese Empire named the island as Ceilau when it arrived in 1505. Then that word Ceilau translated by the British Crown Colony into English as Ceylon, and they called the island as Ceylon. Eventually, my innocent motherland, which had been colonized by the Portuguese, Dutch and English, gained independence and dominion. In 1948, after many struggles for supremacy, the country is known as in Sinhala as Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is one of the most popular Asian countries, and it is located near to the equator in the tropical zone between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Accordingly, Sri Lanka is located within the east longitude in the northern hemisphere. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow strip of sea known as Pork Strait. The island of Sri Lanka is situated in the Indian Ocean and surrounded by the Indian Ocean, closer to the Indian subcontinent. So that people called it as the pearl of the Indian Ocean and the heart of the Indian Ocean. The total area of Sri Lanka is 65,610 square kilometers, and it's the 25th largest island in the world by its area. Although Sri Lanka is a small island, it has distinct relief features. The three main relief zones in my country are mountainous area located in the center of the country, the immediate plains and the coastal plains. These relief zones consist of complex relief features which are different from each other, and there are three zones called dry zone, wet zone and semi-arid zone. Sri Lanka's climate can be described as tropical and quite hot. Its position between 5 and 10 north latitude endows the country with year-round warm weather, moderated by ocean winds and considerable moisture. The average yearly temperature for the century as a whole range 28 to 30 Celsius. The rainfall pattern is influenced by the monsoon winds of the Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal and is marked by 4 seasons. The pattern of life in Sri Lanka depends directly on the availability of rainwater. The south-central part of Sri Lanka, the rugged Central Highlands, is the heart of Sri Lanka. This area includes the highest mountain in Sri Lanka. Among them, the highest mountain in Sri Lanka is 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, which is 2,524 meters high. Sri Lanka's rivers rise in Central Highlands and flow in a radial pattern towards the sea. And one of the world's best natural harbors at 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 on the northeast coast and a small rock harbour at Galle on the southwestern coast. The coastal areas suitable for bathing and diving located around the mainland and island. The eastern coast, the bird sanctuary at 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 and 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 have made this region a tourist zone. The attractive coastal areas like 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 and beautiful coral reefs at 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 have attracted tourists. The fishing industry conducted in the shallow sea along the coast and in lagoons, mangrove marshes distributed along the coastal belt are also the features specific to this zone. Various industries carried out based on the resources found in the coastal area are also peculiar features of Sri Lanka is an island nation exhibiting remarkable biological diversity and considered to be the richest country in the Asian region in terms of species concentration. Ecological, climatic, soil and topographical variability across the country provides favorable conditions for many types of species of flora and fauna in most localities. According to the National Red List, Sri Lanka counts 253 land snail species, 245 species of butterflies, 240 birds, 211 reptiles, 748 evaluated vertebrates, 1,492 invertebrates and 3,154 flowering plants. This biological richness is further accurated by exceptional level of endemism. Sri Lanka exhibits a wide array of ecosystems, ranging from forest to agriculture, aquatic and marine environments. The several climatic zones that exist in the country are categorized by specific forest types including rainforest, mountain cloud forest, dry zone monsoon forest and arid zone thorn scrub forest. With 1,620 kilometers of coastline, rich marine and coastal biodiversity are also represented, notably including 208 species of hard corals. Sri Lanka's wetlands are also diverse, comprised of 103 major rivers and about 12,000 irrigation tanks harboring wetland species. Sri Lanka's rivers rise in central highlands and flow in a radial pattern towards the sea. There are 16 principal rivers longer than 100 kilometers in length at the dry zone. The longest river in the Mahaveli River, which is 335 kilometers long. The rivers feed numerous artificial reservoirs that store water during the dry season for farming. Sri Lanka also has rich agrobiodiversity due to its unique hydraulic system that has flourished in the country under various ecological conditions for many centuries. Sri Lanka is well endowed with natural resources including minerals, gems, pearls, gold, limestones, graphites, ilmenites, rutiles, zircons, quartz, feldspars, clay, kaolin, phosphates, feldspars, silica, garnet sand, mica, calcite, dolomite and hydraulic power. They are high quality, economically valuable industrial materials and minerals. Pulmadai beach, sand deposit in the most important non-ferrous mineral reserve in Sri Lanka to date. Sri Lanka is one of the few countries with a very vast and rich cultural diversity. The culture is itself very unique and thereby contributes to Sri Lankan identity. Sri Lankan culture includes a lot of inherited traditions, customs, beliefs, rituals, clothes and languages. The most prominent feature of the Sri Lanka is its colorful festivals such as Vesak, Poson, Astala, Sinhala and Tamil New Year, Madhu Festival, Deepavali Festival, Ramazan Festival and Christmas. Religion plays an important role in the modeling the Sri Lankan culture and tradition, which is one of the main tourist attractions. Sri Lankan culture is often reflected by the use of art, architecture, sculptures and even foods. Actually, my motherland is a Buddhist nation. Sri Lanka has a more traditional and conventional culture and is obviously influenced by prominent prevailing ethnic groups such as Sinhala, Tamil, Muslims and Burghers and various religions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam and Christianity. Therefore, Sri Lanka is considered as a multiracial, multi-religious and multicultural country. The Sri Lankan way of life is very simple and filled with humility and happiness. This is one of the reasons why the Sri Lankans have a very great sense in appreciating the simple things in life such as nature. Another part of our culture is the indigenous people. They are living in various parts of Sri Lanka, also specially feature when the social identity of Sri Lanka is considered. Those people who live in the areas of Mahiyangana, Dabana and Henigala spend their lives protecting their inherent languages, customs, clothing, cultural and tools. They earn their livelihood mainly by crop cultivation adapted to the environment, hunting and collecting the forest products. Sri Lanka has a proud heritage and extensive variety of foreign attraction on art and crafts, such as masks famous in 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 district in Sri Lanka, handloom, Birulu lace, famous for gold coastal belt, raised in greater height in popularity, traditional drums, jewelry, lacquer works, that means laksha, wood carving. The tradition of wood carving in Sri Lanka is visible at 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 temple and Ambakya Devala. In Kandy, batik creations. More popular among these are the batik creations made in Kandy and fresco batiks on Peradeniya. Coir products, metal works, brasswares and casting brasswares are specialty of Kandian province. Reed and rushware, mat weaving, Dombara Valley of Kandy district has been famous for its production of mats. Kandian dance is also a foremost part of the cultural fusion in my country. Kandian dance is regarded as the national dance form of Sri Lanka. The people who lived in my country in the past made their living by engaging in with poetry. So, in my country, there are plenty of poems on anything or any occasion. That is to say, poetry plays a major role in the literature of our tradition.
Male, male, stabilia, venna, pol, male. Rale, rale, mudan, hamana, diarale. Bale, bale. Rasing Devi Yange Bale Gale Kotua Bendai Tirikuna Male
attraction of foreigners. Sri Lankan food is unique to Sri Lanka. They have a strange smell and color. Sri Lankan food are indigenous Ayurvedic medicine, which is also considered as one of the major tourist attractions, is also a huge part of culture, which even has said to be able to cure terminal diseases such as cancer. Sri Lankan foods are the most vital part of my country. Really delicious and stimulate an appetite. Foods are provide such a very healthy and energetic lifestyle. Most of vegetables and fruits that are used for cooking are the only in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan food communicates a variety of species which integrates special Sri Lankan taste of foods. The specialty of Sri Lankan food is that there are many ways to cook one particular dish. Sri Lanka is one of the biggest and best tea producers of tea. Tea is an integral part of the culture since it goes hand in hand with hospitality. Every household offers tea to guests every time with no exception and tea. Tea, coconut and rubber are the main crop cultivations exports in Sri Lanka. My precious land has 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, the traditional, greatest, marvelous and rare Sri Lankan martial art devised by ancient Sri Lankans, is known to possess some of the most lethal, highly disciplined techniques in the world. It is only unique to Sri Lanka. 𝓥𝓮 battles are divided into three several fighting methods. There are 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, unarmed combat, 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾, armed combat, and Maya 𝓥𝓮, that is black and white magic. 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 is an immortal sign that portrays our cultural value as a country and serves as a reminder of our fearless nation. My motherland, Sri Lanka, is famous throughout the world as a tourist paradise and is an amazing tourist destination, offering a wide range of marvelous places and incredible array of nature to visit. My motherland, which is famous for its natural beauty and has 8 World Heritage Sites within the country that was approved by the UNESCO, and they are the hill capital Kandy, the scared city of Anuradhapura, the Dutch fort of Galle, the ancient city of Polonnaruwa, the rock fortress of Sigiriya, the golden rock temple of Dambulla, the beautiful Horton Plains, and the Singharaja rainforest. Incredible outdoor landscapes and safari experience can be found in the country's ancient ruins, waterfalls, sanctuaries, wild animals filled with national parks, botanical gardens. Sri Lanka is also a beach lover's paradise, ringed by some of the world's most beautiful golden sandy beaches. The tourists who are interested in ruined historical and religious cities like Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Dambulla and Kandy. There are 3 main sanctuaries in Sri Lanka. There are Yala, Kumana and Wilpattu. Yala is famous for deers, Wilpattu is famous for elephants, and Kumana is famous for birds. At these sanctuaries, tourists can see wild animals in their natural habitats. The botanical gardens at Gampaha, Peradeniya and 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 have become very popular with tourists. 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 is the most beautiful waterfall in Sri Lanka. The other attractive waterfalls are Diyaluma, Bambarakanda and Bobadala. Bambarakanda is the highest waterfall in my country. Our beaches along the southern coast have become very popular with tourists, particularly the beaches at Bentota and 𝓥𝓏𝓐. Another attractive place is the Coral Garden at 𝓥𝓏𝓐. Nore area has a salubrious climate and the city has become a popular tourist resort today. The scared temple of the tooth relic. This temple is the most valuable and scared place in my country, and it's very popular and most of the tourists coming to Sri Lanka come champion definitely because of its uniqueness. Like many other popular places of Sri Lanka, this too comes in the World Heritage Site and is made so by UNESCO. The temple is spiritual and historical both. The third relic that the temple has is of Buddha. Also, there is this saying that one who will hold that tooth relic will buy governor of the kingdom. This temple is located in the city of Kandy. Another of the most cared, valuable and peaceful destination in Sri Lanka is Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 in Anuradhapura. Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 is a scared portrait in the Mahamuna garden in Anuradhapura. It is the southern branch from the historical Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 at Buddha in India, under the which Buddha attained enlightenment. The Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 is one of the most scared relics of the Buddhists in Sri Lanka and respected by Buddhists all over the world. The Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 is a scared portrait of ficus religiosa that stand in the Mahamuna garden. Not only is it the closest authentic living link to Gautama Buddha, but it is also the oldest human planted tree in the world with a known planting date and a recorded history. Buddhists on the island have had a habit of visiting and paying homage to the most scared Sri 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼. In addition, one of another most beautiful natural and historical place in Sri Lanka has amongst the ancient remains remarkable frescoes and photo gardens at the astonishing Sigiriya rock fortress. The fortress is entirely made up of rocks. When climbed up to the top of the rock, can get a 360-degree view surround of area. It is a brilliantly amazing, stunning view. Sigiriya Fortress, also known as a Lion Rock. It is one of the most beautifully preserved archaeological sites in Sri Lanka, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its surroundings have been inhabited for over 4,000 years. Sigiriya Rock Fortress is 8th wonder of the world. Furthermore, another place filled with beautiful figures of murals is the 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 temple. It is hard to not be stunned by the beautiful murals and statues in this beautiful preserved cave in over 150 statues of Buddha. The 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾 temple is one of the finest temples in Sri Lanka, which is known for its unique architecture. Experience the peace and silence in this stunning cave temple that bear testimony to be the extraordinary cultural artifacts in ancient Sri Lanka. Moreover, the royal botanical garden filled with ever-blooming various marble flowers in Kandy is another most beautiful place in Sri Lanka. The sprawling 147 acres of garden has 4,000 species of plants and 10,000 varieties of trees and is place which is also one of the most relaxing places in Sri Lanka. Another one, Nanak Bridge, is one of the unique and famous places in Sri Lanka which is known for the being surrounded by lush greenery and panoramic views. Located at a small mountain town of LA, the Nanak Bridge was built in the early days of the railway expansion in Sri Lanka. The unique thing about the bridge is that it is made of sheer cement, stone and brick without the use of any steel. The most beautiful view which the visitors can admire is the train rolling over the bridge while they make their move towards the Damodara Loop. Tripalastani. The next destination is one of the most mesmerizing Sri Lankan tourists. Sripadasthana is amongst the most cared, revered and religious place in Sri Lanka. It is the crown jewel of Buddhism in my country. The footprints of the Lord Buddha are inscribed on sapphire in Sri Lankan Sripadasthana. This place is very special in the world. Only Sri Lanka has such a special and scared place as Sripadasthana in the world. When climbing up the top of Sripadasthana, can see the beauty of the whole of Sri Lanka and wonder of the breathtaking sunrise at dawn. That would be hard to forget it. It is one of the best tourist destinations in Sri Lanka, and Sripadasthana is a biodiversity hotspot and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Moreover, the 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼, located in the ancient city of Polonnaruwa. The 𝓥𝓮𝓷𝓾'𝓼 is a famous Buddhist site. This place is adorned by a vast number of caves and gigantic sculptures of Buddha, carved and crafted in the 12th century. These statues are preserved extremely safe. Just beside the statues, the code of conduct is also inscribed, which was to be followed the purity of Buddhist monks. Due to this unique beauty, this is considered as one of the beautiful places and religious reverent place in Sri Lanka. I'm really proud of my precious and gorgeous beloved country. Isn't my native country Sri Lanka a paradise in the Indian Ocean when it's so glamorous and extremely worthwhile? Right, that's it for today. I hope you learned something about my beloved country, Sri Lanka. If so, that's my pleasure. Please feel free to love your native land as much as you can and develop a habit and desire to appreciate the resources and beauty of your country and make your motherland proud. Keep in touch. sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking that subscribe button over there and join with me. See you. Bye bye till we meet again.